It's 12 p.m. Hi there is already one viewer. Show yourself up. Let me know if the sound works and a chat as well. So today's topic is confidence through boxing and martial arts in general. And I think it's very interesting topic for a lot of you, for a lot of people. And I'm willing to talk about it, have a conversation, share my views and opinions regarding that, and also listen to your opinions. Hi there are two people already. There's no one right now, but it's okay. Anyways, today's topic is the confidence through boxing and martial arts. Why people who practice them are more confident, how do they acquire it, how it transfers in their other aspects of their lives. So this is the conversation of today. Right now I'm on the terrace, the apartment building where I live. I can show you the area. It is quite nice. Look at this. So here there is an ocean, literally 200 meters away, something like that. And right now, this is where I'm having live. So I might do some shadow boxing and just a light skipping rope in occasion. Because even if it's a rest day, even if it's just a chilling time, like a lot of great boxers used to tell me that everywhere or anywhere under the sky, just get your skipping rope, do that anywhere you can, and if you don't have it, shadow boxing is something that you just need your own self for it. So don't shy out, don't hesitate doing those kind of things. But yeah, now it's 21 of you. Please tell me about your opinion. Why is boxing and practicing martial arts in general boosting the confidence, and how is it transferring on the different aspects of life? That's the topic of the conversation today. Okay, Chris says, become fit, learn to fight, but understand you should try to avoid violence and only use it in extreme situations. Foxhound. Hi Diana, remember me? Yes, I do remember you. How are you doing? If I remember correctly, you were from India. So yeah, talk to me about this topic. I can share you my opinion that it is definitely strong body builds strong mentality and strong spirit, but also why does it happen that way? Like let's bring it down. Let's break it down more on a bigger level, okay, on a deeper understanding of it. Why martial arts and boxing are affecting us in a way that we get more confident. Hi. Hello. Okay, thank you for engaging. So I can share you a little bit of example of my life, my own story. I always struggled with confidence. That might sound like this classic cliche story that I wasn't confident, now I am. But no, truly, I was one of those kids who is very introverted, very much different in other things than others. I was doing a lot of art since I was a kid, like literally from the toddler age. I just started, grabbed a pencil, started drawing things, and by the time I was 6, I already could do it quite well. And this is around the time when my parents took me to the national Georgian National Ballet, which is like any type of ballet, is very strict, very tough on the behind the scene. So this is where I started building resilience and some roots for the confidence, though it wasn't the confident. It was very vulnerable age. A lot of I wouldn't say I was too much bullying or anything like that, but I was definitely a little bit different kid, and some more popular kids. It's weird. Some popular kids liked me and literally would come to me and ask me things and just want me to teach them how to draw or something like that. But some other popular kids would like act like more like a bullies, or just say some comments, but nothing extremely bad. Though I just remember those times that my confidence was not at top, and around in the times of the early teenagehood, I just decided to, you know what, I want to be strong. I'm a girl, right? So why would I want to, instead of playing with dolls and just be pretty, why did I decide to get resilient? I didn't even know the definition of resilience at that time. But I felt that I need to be stronger, I need to endure better. And I started aiming towards that in my early, not early, but actual teenage years. I started doing martial arts. Karate first, Goju karate, and then I moved to boxing around in a year. And this is where I stayed longer, and I did some amateur competition and some national like a camp training and preparation. Then I retired early for multiple reasons. At that time, it was not very well. The federation was not very well rounded, especially when it was coming towards women. They needed women, they wanted women, but there was not enough attention yet still. And well, that's my journey. But at that point, still I didn't have a confidence. And also important to mention that since I was 17, I think 16, 17, and this is when I actually was doing the amateur boxing junior years, I started being vegetarian because my friend was vegetarian, and like he was telling how bad it is, how cruel this and that. And I love animals. I always did. So, I decided, what, I also gonna try it. And I just stopped eating meat. I still stick to eggs and dairy and some fish products. So it's basically called pescatarianism. But at that point, I didn't even know what is nutrition. So I was eating whatever I could, except whatever was the easiest source to get my protein. And like at that time, I felt that there is something wrong with me. I'm like lacking some drive in life. And I thought, yeah, maybe I'm just not one of those people who can make it. And then I continued my path as the personal trainer, and I trained both boxing, and I learned how to train people in fitness, like just the classic fitness training. Then I kept growing. Later on, I learned English to open more doors for myself in life, to get more opportunities. I started working with foreigners. And essentially, I switched online. So now for years, I'm working with online with personal clients, training them, guiding them on the sleep and diet and lifestyle optimization, helping them establishing healthy habits, etc. And I definitely acquired the confidence through the skill set, of being able to have socially engage with people. But then at time, at one moment, it just started changing drastically. And I think this is when I met my husband, and I started eating meat. So it's after 6 years, around when I was 22 years old. So I started eating meat and like putting those essentials in my regime, like really taking care of the, how you call it, the hello. It's all good. Taking care of the health pillars in like for myself in my life. And this is where miracle happened. All of a sudden I feel that I can do whatever I want. As long as I'm willing, I'm looking forward to work for it. Work both hard and work smart. And then, well, it's so important. One of the important things is after the vulnerable age, then becoming a vegetarian had a big impact on those years when I did not feel exactly confident. So this is why I started a little bit from the far point when it comes to me, my example. But that's the thing, apart from the good sleep and good nutrition and the basic level of activity, it helped me to get back to more into a higher level of training. I decided to start to do sprinting, and this is how I started this channel, by the way, because I also wanted something new. But then I kind of inserted boxing in the channel as well to see how people would react to that. And then I just started getting more into like getting that drive that I don't think I ever had when I was in the team. And I started enjoying every aspect of my training, even if it's hard, even if it's unpleasant. But you know, when you start feeling it differently, when you know that okay, you need to get yourself to that point because that is the task, because that task is going to lead to the further adaptation of your neural system in your body. And you're going to get better at it. And you do the same thing next time after the good rest and recovery. And this is how you become better and better and better. So this is for me, that was the journey to confidence. It was a combination of many things, but boxing and martial arts and being able to move my body, sprinting added up a lot to it. General athleticism, general strength, being able to pull my body up on the pull-up bar. All of those things contributed in the growth of the confidence. That silent, strong confidence doesn't have to be loud, doesn't have to be outspoken, but I really wish everyone to experience it and get to the point when they're just confident and they're ready to do whatever has to be done. So, okay, I shared my story a little bit, but let me read through comments, okay? Oh, there's quite a lot of engagement already. There have been some questions about Connor is my son, Floyd my weather. I think I broke my toe today. Will I die? No, you won't. I had broken toe. I don't mean to bring attention to this, but you're very pretty. Thank you. All compliments are appreciated as long as they don't go too far. I'm from Georgia. Do you do BJJ? I did some BJJ classes. I never got the belt, never got to that point. At some point I wanted to. I was quite closely tied to the community back in Georgia. So I was training at the BJJ Legion. That's the gym's name. And one of the times I was rolling and I just broke my pinky toe. It doesn't sound like much, but at the time I didn't know that you have to wrap your both fingers and your toes as well, preferably. But essentially I just broke it and put it back in place. And I couldn't walk properly for 6 months. I had to literally pin myself with the painkillers. So yeah, there's some things that about BJJ, unless you do, unless you really take it chill and do to like slowly, gradually, really focusing on technique. But when you're rolling, most of people start getting resistant and applying pressure, and you do that too. You kind of get under the drive, and I think the most injured mixed martial artists are from BJJ, that I know at least. Can you share your husband name? Well, he's here. It's Chris. Okay. From Bangladesh. Hi. Okay, keep going. Love from Colorado. Hi, Colorado. Love from Vietnam. Yeah, well, I'm cutting to lose weight, so not so much anymore. Cut 18 kgs. I am finding weight. Yes, Chris has definitely had cut the weight, and yeah, your frame is, you're tall, but your frame is actually, it's better to start middleweight up. Like another good advice, if you're willing to start competitive training and competitive fighting, aim for the lowest weight division you possibly can do. Obviously, I don't suggest to do extreme like malnutritioning and dehydration and stuff like that, not in that scale, but just like, okay, if you know that you have extra 10 kgs and 7 out of them you actually can burn fat, you can do it through calorie deficit, it is worse to go lower. Where are you? I'm in Vietnam. Hi dear. Hi. I'm from India. Good for you. It's karaoke girl. Yes, it's funny. Some people know me as a karaoke girl because karaoke has the biggest engagement. But it's just my side hustle. I definitely love singing. I'm trying to practice in singing, and I was offered to host karaoke nights at the Red Buffalo, so I agreed to do that. Are you only training in Vietnam or live there permanently? Let's call it a part-time base. We just loved it very much here, and we already met some people, went to the gyms, created a certain community around us. But we're planning to go back to Georgia and travel to some other places too. But definitely Vietnam, Nha Trang is one of our places at our heart that we're willing to come back every year. UFC fighting? No, mostly boxing, but I watch UFC fights, and I'm generally interested in mixed martial arts. I'm a boxer, 65 kg, but I have fat. How can I gain muscle? Well, first look into your calorie intake. Like, calories is your body energy expenditure, and through the food you're taking that energy back, and this is how we live, how our body survives. If you take way more calories, and you can see that you have lack of the body muscle percentage comparing to the fat percentage, you can look at yourself, so just visually estimate it. That means that you need to try to do the body recomposition, which means train the way where you start growing muscle and burning fat at the same time. It is a little bit tricky when it comes to the calorie aspect. You also have to establish what is your calorie, what should be your calorie intake according to your goal. If you want a maintenance, you should eat exactly the way you do now. If it's cut or gain, you go deficit or surplus. You can Google, literally just Google BMR calculator. The first thing that comes up, it is BMR is base metabolic rate. This is the calorie expenditure when you are in the rested state, meaning that you basically almost don't move at all. Then it's still there extra couple to 300 calories just of general activities, going up, getting like brush your teeth, do some stuff. So that calculator counts everything, and it also shows you depending of how much you would train per week. Is it 1 time per week, 2 times, 4 times, 5, etc. It would calculate the calorie intake, but it calculates maintenance. So in the information field, if you want to put the goal weight, the one you want to achieve, if you want to know how many calories you should take to get to your goal weight, you need to put that weight. So if you want to go down up to 50 kg, write the 50 kg and you will see. But as I said, it's a little bit tricky when it comes both growing muscle and burning fat at the same time. It might not be ideal for growing muscle like it will be in the bulking stage when you just get extra 200-300 extra calories above your maintenance, and you just lift weights, you just train, you do resistance training, and you basically grow your muscle mass. But it's still possible you can be close to the maintenance still, or even maybe like 100 calorie deficit, 200 maximum, like just fluctuate somewhere there, and basically try to aim for the certain foods. It's important what you eat, so try to get high protein, bioavailable animal source protein. Try to get fiber, balance it out with it, especially if you want to lose weight. It's a good way to high fiber foods is usually greens, it's berries, it is vegetables, and they have very low calorie comparing to their volume. So when you want to cut your weight down, burn fat, you want to use those foods to create the volume of the meal, right? So you have some meat, let's say. I mostly eat chicken, even though I started eating all meat, but in my daily life, it's still mostly chicken breast. Good source of protein, affordable, and it is more lean, like it's not that fatty, like calorie-wise, especially for people who want to cut their weight down. That is a good option, or even for the maintenance. But anyways, good protein, fiber, vegetables, some berries, a little bit fruits as well, encouraged. Get your vitamins, minerals like micros in your place, and get some healthy fats. If it's not enough in the daily wise, unless you eat fatty fish, get the omega-3 supplementation. There are certain things you can supplement. I recommend to do multivitamin. Just get extra essential micronutrients and omega-3. And we use glucosamine and collagen for the joints, for the joint protection. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything else, the rest we do, we try to get from the mostly non-processed food. Okay. Yeah, I heard it. As I said, I responded to you. So start training a little bit more weights. Always can add extra cardio. If you're a boxer, you can do more skipping rope. And you don't have to do more at once. You can just do 5 minutes, but you do it like 10 times a day. 5 minutes, then rest. And that's going to contribute in your calorie expenditure. And as I said, aim for higher protein, fiber, non-processed, good food. Moderate amount of carbs, probiotics, like those are the ones that are essential. How to gain bone density? Well, this is a little bit specific question. Well, definitely you need calcium. You need to. You definitely should have your specifically vitamins and minerals in place. That's why I try to avoid being deficient in something. Supplement if you're not eating enough, and well, I think training, even though the bone structure is the passive part of the body. But I really believe that, like with training, with building up certain resistance and certain pressure on your body, your bones are also getting adapting to it. And there are certain things. For example, interesting fact is that Muay Thai fighters, when they hit hard things with their shins, like low kicks, body kicks, and stuff like that, there was like a micro damages, and then they like your body creates this extra layer of extra bonal structure over the top of your, so basically regular person's shins and the Muay Thai fighter shins are different for a reason. Hello from Texas. Beautiful and powerful. Thank you. Hi, Texas. I was 15 at Eddie Heredia Boxing in the East Los Angeles when one of the fellas said that take a shortcut. Coach knew we didn't do the 3 miles. All he said, you're hurting yourself, not me. Well, 3 miles, how long is that in kilometers? If it's like 5 kilometers, I guess that's all right. It can be run, but I personally don't run at all when it comes to the cross and longer distances anymore. I do purely sprints. So I rather do my cardiovascular endurance to contribute in that. I would do 10 times 200 meters with like a resting, going back, trying to recover in that meantime, and then sprint again. It sounds like nothing, but trust me, it's definitely. The national team of Belgium, this is actually how they train. They don't run long distances unless it's a little warm up, maybe a little lap or something. So the protocols of the preparation are changing, and it's important to keep up with it. But in general, it's right. You hurt yourself. If you don't do something that is essential for your goal and you try to cheat, you're just cheating yourself. I gained a little, just need to lose a bit, then gain muscle. Well, start doing both together. It's called body recomposition. Your body doesn't work exactly that, oh, let me just lose fat. Fat actually burns in through the mitochondria in your muscle fibers. So efficient way is to actually start lifting weights. You also burn calories, don't forget that. Cardio is, like, people have a misconception about the cardio is the only one that burns fat, but that's not true. Any activity that burns calories potentially can contribute in a calorie deficit if you assist it with your diet, of course. If you cannot outtrain bad diet, okay? If you're eating way too much and you're training and you're still eating way too much, you're not going to go anywhere. Let's establish that. But also, when it comes to losing weight, as you say, like, it's not losing weight, it's a burning fat. You don't want to lose weight. You don't want to lose the muscle weight. You want to lose fat weight. Then you can do both. Start doing resistance training and add up a little bit cardio on top. And try to walk steps daily. So to have, when it's about the cardio, don't only stick to the gym cardio. Try to move all day, every day. That is the best cardio. we're starting out here. If you take colors and you burn, then you're it's fine. Well, it's tell that to the world's strongest man. They eat like 10,000 calories a day. Good morning from UK. Good morning. Oh. I'm at Vegas and I can tell you're wasting your time. I don't think I'm wasting my time. I'm not a natural red hair. I'm not gonna lie to you. Female GSP. Well, GSP is one of the sweetest and the greatest and amazing human beings I think ever. So that's definitely a compliment. Guys, just gonna take a moment and encourage you to don't waste your time for some nonsense, because if it goes too much, we're just gonna hide it from the channel. That's it. We're here to have a conversation, and the topic of the conversation, hear me out, was why boxing and martial arts help to build confidence. And please share how did it work for you. Please share your story. Please share your opinions, if it's affecting the other aspects of life or not. I'm here to have a conversation about that. You're going to age very, very well. So good choice of career. Well, that's important. The other day, there was another stream. I tried it on Twitch, and there was this guy who does he's a young, talented person participating in the research, in the genetical research and stuff. And I asked him some questions. I wanted to learn more about what's their opinions on certain topics. And he said a very brilliant thing. A researcher says that 90% of your lifestyle outcome is your lifestyle choices, not your genetics. Obviously, genetical factors has its big influence, especially if there's some underlying diseases and conditions that just can appear, especially under the big outside factor, stress and other reasons, and bad lifestyle, bad daily routine, and bad diet, bad sleep, all of that stuff definitely contribute in those things. But he was saying that basically, yes, 90% it is a lifestyle. It's if you're gonna stick to the good regime, good sleep, good diet, base level of activity, resistance training, building up muscle, especially for the later stage of your life, you're gonna be healthy and you're gonna be thriving. Till about 55. You're going to get hotter and hotter until about when I'm 55. I'm most likely, if I'm not gonna have grandkids, my kids gonna be grown people, and I'm just gonna want to be able to share my wisdom and experience with other kids and younger generations. I don't really think that matters when you're 55. It's good to look decent, look healthy and strong at that age. I absolutely for it. But like looking hot and stuff, like who cares? No, genuinely, who cares? Diana, I bought a boxing bag and pair of gloves, but the boxing bag is light one. It moves too much when punching it. It depends which. Bought the small one, that's a speed bag. And you definitely can do some stuff on the speed bag. Try to research it and do just see how you can learn to do it. Honestly, like I did never practice it much, and since I don't really can hold that pace, but it's a matter of practice. So if you really want to do it, try to learn that. And if it's way too light, just like it's the regular bag, but it's a little bit way too light, just work technique. You don't have to go hard on necessarily on that bag. Just work jab, like move around it. It's still, definitely still better than nothing. How old are you? I'm 25. Have you ever put onions in your socks? Not me, but I bet my grandma did. She used to do, like when I would get sick, like apple cider, soaking socks in the apple cider and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, different witchcraft type of stuff. Okay. Ask once and wait. She will get a lot of it, guys. No spamming. You will get boost. That's my husband talking, so listen to him. I just started BJJ. What martial arts do you train? I train boxing as the main martial art. Though, like last week, for example, we attended a classic MMA group class with our friend, Coach Umet. And we did some, that was a striking day. So I did some low kicks, I did some roundhouse kicks, and I did some spinning back kick. I learned those while training with other kickboxers, just for fun, just for fun, hanging out, and also from karate period before boxing. So I think even if you're just specifying on specializing on one single direction, it's still good to know a little bit about others. Like it's good to know how to do takedown defense. It's good to know how to do good striking, basic BJJ and wrestling. Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm 18 and after 1 year, can I do boxing and success? Can it's possible? It's all up to you. Well, 18 years old, it's quite early. Despite some boxers start very early and they usually start from the amateur career and then they move to the pros. But at your age, people literally prepare. A lot of Mexican fighters, they didn't really had an interest in the amateur boxing, and they directly just prepared for the pro debut. So definitely can do that. Where are you? I'm in Nha Trang, Vietnam. Any tips for somebody who's good at fighting but has lost a motivation for it? That's a very good question. Thank you for the question, Ryan. Well, how to say that? It's hard to... I understand it can be hard to get there. But I believe that we shouldn't waste our potential. If we're good at something, it's okay not to do it professionally, okay? I think if you ask the right question, if you feel like you just don't want to compete, you love doing it, but it's so much stress and pressure for competing it, then just stop competing. It's fine. Because you know what? If you exercise, you're gonna keep training for yourself to keep yourself together, to actually get more joy out of it, and really approach it as a martial art in an old school way, like it's a self-work, then you're always ready to get back on the ring if you're gonna willing to. And that motivation to fight professionally gonna come back. If not, at least you're gonna do it for your health. And trust me, people, it's definitely good to do things like mixed martial arts, boxing, combination with the general resistance training, calisthenics, stuff like that. Like those type of combined trainings going to promote your health and your strengths in the later years of your life. So if you're asking me about like doing it at like giving up completely, don't give up completely. If you're just tired, just take a pause, go rest, do a little bit. It's okay to not go to the gym for even a couple of weeks. That doesn't mean giving up, but don't go to extremes when you just stop doing that for years and you start pursuing a completely different, not the best way of living. Have a good day, champion. Thank you, champ. In our gym and back in Georgia, called Prime Boxing Gym, we all call each other champ. Hey, champ. Let's go, champ. So it's quite encouraging. Yeah, it's quite a lot of questions. Are you British? No, I'm not. I'm Georgian. This is a fighter channel. This is more like a fighting enthusiast channel. Though I'm looking forward to do some competitive boxing again. So we'll see how that goes. And I also do sprinting. And I haven't been doing it lately, but I'm going to try to do something about it. And well, definitely when I come back to Georgia, I have a track there that I have an access to. So I'll definitely do some more sprint training as well. Yeah, guys, just reminding you, as I said, the inappropriate and way too silly comments going to be removed. Like, I don't want to be too strict, but trying to have a serious conversation here, and all the questions when it comes to the serious topics are encouraged. Make sure your hormones are at high level. High levels of testosterone will increase bone density, but do not use steroids. Well, yeah, I mean, there are ways how to optimize the natural testosterone production. One of them is like at the very basics. If you don't want to take any supplements, nothing like that, just fix your sleep. That's the first thing. Then diet, and then resistance training. I think Diana is busy. No, I'm here. I'm gradually coming down. So many messages. Chris, can you help me? The boxing bag is light and moves so much when punching. It's not. Do I need to change it or any suggestions for me? As I said, since you have it, already have it, just use it. Don't punch it too hard. Work more technically on it. If it's way too light, there is ways how to do it. But if you want another heavier bag, yeah, make sure that you get heavier bag as well, so you have both. Okay. Thanks, now I understand. Okay. Okay, I'm just going as low as I can. Just there are many questions. What's your favorite strike? I think it's, I showed it last time too. Jab, hook, uppercut, slip, hook to the stomach, slip again, hook to the head. It seems like a little bit longer combination, but it is a good one. In boxing, at least. Okay, good. Going down. Keep going down. Hello from Vietnam. Have you ever think about training abroad? It's way cheaper than America and have decent promoter. A ton of opponents at Southeast Asia. Well, that's true actually. I mean, Southeast Asia, China, that area basically, like just the eastern area, is full of the fighters, competitors. There are different organizations and a lot of good money is made. As I said, I'm not interested to do MMA specifically, at least at this stage. It is quite, you guys have to realize it's a very hard sport. You have to really be committed to it if you want to do it. At this point, my focus would be boxing and boxing only. Do you think it's too late to start boxing after 30? It's never late. I cannot tell you about professional level. That's most likely not the thing. And I said saying most likely because you never know. You always can prove people wrong. But for yourself and to build up a solid level. So I want people to understand that you can train for yourself and you can be that uncle in the gym who is just an accountant or something, but they train for themselves for years and they actually give a hard time for champions in the gym to spar with them because they're committed to that craft. It's like a path. So absolutely, it's not too late. Chris started now with me, together with me now. He started when it's 42. No, I'm not in Israel. I'm in Vietnam. Is this a cooking channel? No. Okay, I'm still going down. So many questions. Morning from UK. Are you a boxer? Yes. I'm trying to get back to the competitive boxing. Okay. So many. Okay, I'm just going all the way down, guys, because I'm way behind. Sorry. So yeah, I'm not used to that many interactions. I mean, okay, I'm gonna start from here. How long have you been training for? Many years. Okay. Vietnam, hail communist. Funny. Though I think they're the one of the most functioning communist country because if you come here, you don't feel much like you don't feel that you're in a communist country at all. People trade, people buy things, people sell things. Literally every family has a little business. They sell food, they sell whatever. They have laundries open. And I don't think government discourages that. This is the way how people can make some money and survive. I used to be a boy in the gym, now I'm the uncle in the gym. Yeah, we all want to be that uncle. Is Russian system a good martial art? Well, Russians have a strong school in general. I mean, their strongest is like they're very strong at judo. They're strong combat sambo, but definitely boxers. So yeah, in the combination, and yeah, mixed martial artists as well. So I think they have different fields that produce strong fighters. What do you train? Mainly boxing and also sprinting. This is what I show on my channel. Hello, American girl. Well, I'm not American, but hello. How do you recommend asking a girl out in the boxing gym? Why not? Especially if she's into training in general. Maybe it's not specifically boxing, but if she's for that lifestyle, why not? Can be very creative. Mexico, hi. What days were you at? I'm from the future. It's, let me see. Days today. It is Tuesday. Yeah, it is Tuesday. Did you know that the human heart beats approximately 100,000 times each day? Yeah, thank you for sharing that fact. Hello from Maine, United States. Hello. That's, I actually don't know. Is it a city? Because I don't remember state name like that. So which state you're from? Yes, it's the 8th of July. She avoided Putin's draft like coward. Okay, that's the... First of all, I'm from Georgia. So my country is the first country when people started moving out from Russia, avoiding the drafts and stuff. They came to Georgia, and it doesn't really affect it well my country. Even though I'm personal, I never personal with people on individual level, but don't talk about things you don't know. No, I'm not Israeli. I'm Georgian with some Slavic roots from my mom's side. And I have some Armenian roots too. Is there a moment when you think you're ready for the next step? Well, at some point, streaming was definitely the next step, and I wasn't ready for it, but I got encouragement from my husband, and well, he pushed me just to do it, because I tend to get a little bit hesitant about those things sometimes, but here I am. This is the next step. Hello from Canada. Hi. Maine. Okay, it's a state and it's pronounced Maine. Yeah, I unfortunately I don't know all 50 states. So thank you for educating me. Now I'm gonna know. It is around 12. It's a 12:53. Marab. Yay, Marab. Maine is pouring, said she is right not to know about Maine. Oh, come on, don't be rude. I'm glad to know about it more. Tell me about Maine. What is an interesting fact about Maine? God bless you and your country, miss. Thank you very much. Yours too. Okay, I'm going all the way down. God bless Georgia. Thank you. Ilya or Mirab, I love both, and they're good with each other as well. So I wouldn't compare them in the fighting field. I still think Ilya, he's way younger. He's very strong. But you know, Mirab's cardio is the best in the UFC. So you never know. A cardio aspect matters a lot. It really affects the outcome. And he has a strong chin too. So. How many boxing matches have you competed in? So it was around 7 years ago in my junior years, and it was around 5 fights total in the amateur boxing. So it's not many. I had way more experience with sparring and fighting in the open rings, which is basically gym hosting another gym, another city, or in country sometimes, and having competitive sparrings and fights. Hi from Peru. Hi. Have you watched Slova Patsana series? No. You know Merab? I don't know him personally, but I know a lot of people who knows him in Georgia, because the fighting community in Georgia is very small. Hitting on the married streamer is so pathetic. Well, thank you for saying that. I understand some people might not know, but it's always good to ask first. Maine better than Georgia? You mean state or country? Maine has lobster, and Stephen King is obsessed with it. That's all you need to know about cold, boring, salty Maine. I like it. It's like an underdog, so I'm gonna definitely look into it a little bit more. I'm gonna watch some videos, like a traveling stuff. Marab the goat. Yes, he is. I agree. Good morning from South Africa. Hi. I have some South African friends here in Vietnam. Where's your accent from? It's generic accent, I think, because I'm Georgian. It's my third. English is my third language, so I just think it's more or less generic. Okay, keep scrolling down. Yeah, I also wish peace to everyone. Can we see the view behind? Okay, let me show the view for a second. So again, it's like a terrace. It's a very nice view. This is the ocean side, so you can see over there the piece of the ocean. Yeah. So that's what it is. Okay, I'm just gonna go all the way down with the comments and stuff. She don't want to talk about Clarissa Shields. I think Clarissa is one of the strongest female boxers. Absolutely, and she's way bigger than me. I would never want to fight her. My name is Diana. I'm a personal trainer. I work with people online for last few years, and also a year ago I opened this YouTube channel, and here I'm trying to share my personal experience with training, mainly sprinting and boxing, but also share some lifestyle. And lately I started doing streaming to have a first-hand communication with people. So that's what I do. You look European for Peruvian. Good job on learning English. If English is not your first language, well, it's definitely not. And none of my family members speak English yet. I try to encourage my sisters to learn it. But yeah, I'm self-taught when it comes to English. That's for sure. You watch MMA? Yes, I definitely watch some of the fights, and I like to rewatch some old stuff as well. Katie or Amanda Serrano. I watched the first fight a couple of days ago. Then I've seen some parts of the second fight. First fight was weird. Like Serrano was definitely stronger, more pressing. So for the presence, Katie had the footwork, that's for sure. I mean, but that's the negatives of this, like only defensive footwork. I understand so that Serrano was stronger against her, and she had to use that. That was the plan she had. But then at some point, if you notice, it was a thing in the fifth round when she got trapped into Serrano's trap basically, and she just started like farming her with those heavy punches. And Katie didn't manage to escape. She survived somehow, and she still kept working as a second number and throwing some punches. I mean, both of them are experienced boxers. Serrano has, by the way, a very, very high record. She has like a 42 fights and I think 1 losses, and that was before Katie, I think. So now with Katie, it's 2 extra losses, I think. But 40 something fights it's quite a big record even for men. And Katie is definitely having a great footwork. There are certain things that, if you want to learn from Katie's boxing, you should. But as I said, and the second fight, I mean, the problem is when she gets in a closer distance, a lot of head bumps happen, and fairly people notice that and they feature that, and that create income. It's not nice in your eye with the head and just get those cuts. So honestly, second one, definitely Serrano, and I think they just stripped her. And what we'll see what happens in the third one. I also don't think I don't think it made sense if you want to make a trilogy, because boxing is still rigged to a certain extent, and when they put fighters that are like close enough with each other and they're both great, okay, first fight you give to someone, and the second fight technically should be they had to give it to Serrano, but Katie got it. At least they had to do the draw to make it more interesting. Now what? Okay, even if it's trilogy, Katie won twice, and if Serrano wins third time, like if they give the win to her, well, it's still gonna be uncertain record. If Katie wins again, people gonna really get outraged because Amanda deserved to win at least on the second fight. So yeah, it's a little but both are great, and I think it's like females boxing is also evolving, which is very good. What's your name? I already said Diana. Yeah, I'm going way down. I'm skipping some questions. Sorry for that, but there's so many of yours. Thank you very much for all the kind words. My two other languages is Georgian and Russian. Okay. I trained with Steven Seagal. I didn't have that honor. It's beautiful over there, that's true. Are you here in the US? No, that's Vietnam. Hi, I'm Ginger like you. It's cool. Team Gingers. Okay. I'm just keep going down. Any questions? Get in the love, marry, have a baby, life is short, you're beautiful, have a good day. Well, thank you very much. My husband already responded to you. They're fighting again on Friday. Yeah, that's right. It's upcoming now. I'm Irish, so I'm Katie Taylor fan. Best female boxer ever, I think. I mean, definitely Ireland should be proud of Katie, no doubt. People who are cheating on one side or another, I mean, it's still, sometimes we get too much into like commentators' perspective, but would you be able to hold a fight with against whether one of those? I don't think so. I mean, at least as a female and as a male, yeah, name the boxer, a professional boxer, or just a solid level boxer who you would stand a chance against with. Because these people work hard, so we need to give them a little bit more respect. Okay, keep going. Going down. You promise? Okay, keep going down. There's so many questions, so many comments. Okay, I think I'm all the way down. Mike Tyson, I will never stand a chance, but I would fight that nigga. Well, it always reminds me, I think Tyson is a good person at heart. He's been through some stuff, that's for sure, but when I saw him appearing on the stage to fight this little girl, and like considering that that's her like idol, and he stands on his knees and does like that was so adorable. I think he's very so I would definitely love to do like just a shadow boxing with Tyson, and if I would love to try to hold pads. You know what, I would love to try hold my pads, because I have experience holding pads for the heavy. Don't ask me how it happened, but it happened. And yeah, I'm not tall enough, but at least I can do like a middle size. I raise my pads a little bit higher, and so far I managed to do it properly. So even my husband is like, he's a big guy, and I hold pads for him and teach him some stuff. So I would love to do it for Mike Tyson. So if I ever gonna get the chance, I would love to do it. Serrano was the one who got the cut, but as I said, a lot of headbutts. And I don't know if I don't think she does it specifically. I don't think she does it on purpose. That's just the way when she doesn't have a choice, when she is not able to do anything technically. You kind of go dirty, and you do dirty fighting. And as I said, it's not necessarily to harm your opponent. It's more about to protect your own head, to get close in the clinch. So, but yeah, it's better to avoid headbutting at all costs. That's why it's good to be not only not fighting at only defensive boxing, but also being able to control the pressure and not fall too forward. I'm not like Katie Taylor is way better boxed than at the current time with me. She's way more experienced. Same about Serrano, and I think they're very solid. And it was very interesting and entertaining to watch their fight. That's for sure. But I'm just saying, just from outsider's perspective, if we're talking about technique and talking about certain things, it's more like an analysis that we all can learn from. Okay, keep going down. Mexico beat Team USA in ICE in soccer. ICE in soccer. All good for you. Congratulations. Is your husband also a fighter? I think a lot of people who enjoy boxing and MMA goal would be to find a girl that's into that as well. Yeah, that is a very common thing. He's not a fighter originally, but he's been a proximity wingsuit flyer and the base jumper for previous 10 years of his life. That was like 15 years ago, and like 10 years out of that time. He did it professionally, very extreme stuff, very dangerous. He even had some crash, and he survived certain things. And at the current moment, he's not doing it, though. At some point, I think I would love to learn skydiving, and he would teach me. And some like a safe ways of the wingsuit flying. There are different ways how to do it. There are some extreme ways, and there are more safer, still impressive ways how to do it. But at the current moment, we do boxing. I teach him my craft. You should be a UFC commentator. You sound like one. I don't know, maybe one day, if this channel becomes big enough, maybe they give me an offer. You never know. Do you fight pro or amateur? Amateur, like Olympic style boxing. This is what I'm aiming for in the beginning. Then we'll see. We'll see how it goes. She leads with head, so opponent can easily counter with hooks, so it leads to headbutts. Well, I guess you're right. That's a good point. And I don't know. I don't like she's a lead boxer, right? So I'm not gonna judge her as someone who is just starting to build their presence to get on the ring, like in the possibly next year. So she no doubt she's a great boxer, but I can agree with the way how she gets in. Not with everyone. You can see Katie working very well with some other female boxers. I've seen some highlights where she's just doing it well. She closes them in on the ropes and moves a lot, and she does it pretty well. But once she has someone who is tough enough to just counter punch her, this is I think where it happens. She has never fought a real fighter. Well, boxing and like female boxing and female martial arts, you have to remember that the elites are actually, they're a handful of elites. There are not that many elites, and everyone else, they're also an athletes, and they're like a good level of athletes, okay? And so the proportion between those elites, between everyone else in the field, in the women and men, is different. We have way more male elite athletes and pro fighters than females. When I saw Tyson versus Paul, but if you've really seen this fight, I watched it and I was like, that was my face when I was watching it. But have you noticed the moment when actually Tyson did peekaboo and he actually went a little bit in the movement and he went very fast and then he just stopped and Jake was like, oof, because it was just staged. And that's what I really, really dislike about Jake Paul. The guy's training, the guy that is having quite a good stance, and I think he has good genetics and good power. And if he was not like he is now, if he didn't have that I don't know, fake personality. I don't want to talk bad about him, but if he would choose a different path and actually just start a real boxing as an influencer and just prove to people that, with hard training and working and a good plan, you can get to that point, even if you used to be an influencer. That would be well more respected. People would respect him more. But all fights I've seen with him, it was literally just rather very weak opponents, so he looked better. Or now it's just the money fights where they just make money and he acts it almost feels like WWE. You know what I mean? It almost feels like wrestling. Are fighting any pro or amateur fighters fights at the moment? Well, I already responded to that. Did you watch Holly Holmes' return to boxing last week? I wonder how her cardio is still so good at 43. I haven't seen the fight. I'll be honest. I've seen some highlights, and I saw that she won. And man, I mean, Holly Holm is a natural fighter. She loves what she's doing, and she committed all her life to that. And her I've seen some of her boxing before, when she was very young, and she's tough. She's a real fighter. That's why I think about Holly Holm. A spider just crawled down your chair. That's okay. It is. The spiders are good luck. There are a lot of jumping spiders here, which are very cute. Mike needed a payday. Yeah, I guess. I mean, since he agreed that it was worse for him. But I'm not going to judge Mike Tyson. The guy, just let the guy rest and enjoy his life. I'm happy. I'm already happy to see him healthy, not having Parkinson's or anything like that, and being that fit at his 60 years old. That's impressive. Mike Tyson is a weak opponent. Even at 60 years old, I think he's going to beat up all of us here. Show me combination, please. I'll do a little bit. I'll just go and to the end of the chat. Hello to Brazil. My name is Diana. But yeah, you're asking some combination, so I can do that. Let me try to get here. So it's like everywhere under the sky. Just sometimes take a couple minutes and just do some shadow boxing. And the combination, I can show you my, hey babe, my favorite combination is like bam. So there are different ways. 1, 2, for example, this one. So anything slip, bam, bam, slip to the left side. One of the favorites is jab, hook, uppercut, sleep, stomach, sleep, head. So those kind of combinations. But yeah. Now thank you for the coffee. Okay.
Which one you want?
This one. Okay, back again. How do you fund the trainings? We both have remote income. I work as the online personal trainer and consultant, helping people to train, build their healthy habits, manage sleep. Actually, both me and Chris do that. But he also has some revenue set up, and we just it's good enough for the countries like Vietnam that are very affordable, and very good gyms here are also very affordable. So I think it actually makes sense if you really want to do the training preparation for more reasonable prices. It's definitely Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam. Like Thailand is great for Muay Thai if you really want to do Muay Thai and get good at it. Just go to Thailand. In Vietnam here also, specifically in this city where we are at, in Nha Trang, we are working, we're training at Nha Trang Sport Unite, the gym, and they have a few branches in the city, like 3 or 4 branches, and they're very good. They have professional fighters. Owner is a professional fighter still as well. So I'm gonna actually, his name is Alexei, and I'm gonna interview him. I will announce another live stream one of these days, and it's gonna be an interview / podcast with the owner of the Sport Unite Nha Trang. So you're definitely gonna watch this one. You're gonna have a chance to ask some questions. So don't miss that one. Holm defeated Ronda, Misha Tate defeated Holm, the Nunes defeated Tate, and the rest is the history. Yeah, those being good times. Are you from Brazil? No, I'm from Georgia. Okay, I'm all the way down again. Why would you want to do MMA or combat in long term? With MMA, I can't answer that question. I haven't done MMA professionally. If you just do it, if you compete in, let's say, boxing, and everything else you just train for your skill set, just to be capable of doing things and for your health, that's a good way to do. When it comes to professional training, even professionals nowadays are getting very careful with, they're decreasing the amount of sparrings. They stop sparring almost at all. Okay. They're avoiding sparrings at all. They focus a little way more on the rest than it was common before. So long term, you need to find a balance how to maintain your health as much as it's possible. What's your IG? You can check it on my YouTube links. I have it attached to it. Do you listen Ganda Gana at Georgian funk? I know some of those, and sometimes I'll listen to it. Sometimes I have I love like this last trending Georgian melody. It's like it's played on the. It's called chonguri or panduri. It's like two Georgian instruments, and you play it on it. and it's like now they use it everywhere on TikTok, on the fighting videos. So that one I like to listen. It's a very beautiful piece of the music, and there are many of those in the Georgian folk music. So I listen to those. As a 15-year-old, should I learn MMA or boxing? Well, you know what? If you're just starting from the scratch, you still, I think it makes sense to start from striking anyways. You can start from grappling if you want and then get to the striking, but I think it's better to start from striking. And yeah, you can start from boxing, but the communities are usually tied up quite closely with each other, and it's not going to be a problem for you to transit and do some boxing trainings and do some MMA trainings throughout the week. So focus on both. It's fine. Just take it easy, okay? I've been following the UFC for 18 years now. I'm 28. Would you like to fight MMA professionally? Not MMA, maybe boxing, possibly. Okay, depends how it goes. That's why I don't want to create any illusion, nothing, no lies. This channel is about sharing my journey and showing people that learning something at a high level doesn't have to be professional. You don't have to compete. You don't have to put yourself there unless you want to. But at the same time, I want to show you the things I'm teaching here and explaining, and I'm trying to analyze the strategies. I really love strategies. I really love the plan and the game plans, like thinking in that direction. So, like when it comes to that, I'm at the stage, I need to get back to the sparrings, though I'm not planning to do heavy sparrings all the time. It would be maybe once or twice before my debut, like comeback debut on Georgian national championships. That will be my first step. And here, I would start already here, though there are only some group classes available where it's mostly guys, but Vietnamese people are not that tall, so it's good to work like for the light sparring, good work for combinations, like certain things. But like having like a real fight type of sparring, I wouldn't have it with men, obviously, and there are no women yet, so I would have to do that in Georgia and see where I'm at to analyze my current abilities. As I said, I used to do amateur boxing mostly, and it's been around 5 fights, but I tried to look for them another day, and I didn't find them. It's been like 7-8 years ago, but I hope to be able to show you all the sparrings, everything, to show you how I'm going to progress, how I'm going to be able to adapt to the ring. Okay, we're going down. I feel like Dana White is he making it better? Well, Dana White is a businessman, and I don't know, man. No, I don't have negative thoughts about him necessarily. He managed to create UFC the way it is today, and it's good. It's great for him. It's a great achievement and stuff. But yeah, I think there are certain fighters that he, like the UFC, maybe not only Dana White specifically, but like the core group of the UFC, like the ownership. They try to do it with Sean O'Malley, John Jones definitely, but well, John Jones, I think used to be one of the best fighters up until a certain point when he just started doing it less and less. With Sean O'Malley, it failed. Mirab came in and just stopped those plans of that hype up and stardom. Who was again Shara, and I think they're doing to Paddy to a certain extent. I think Paddy is a lead fighter, would be able to beat all of us here, but I think there is way too much hype for Paddy at the moment. He needs to prove a little bit more to actually deserve that, I think. Okay. Did one amateur MMA fight 3 years ago and lost. So I have that chip on my shoulder. Probably will fight again in the future, at least to be 1-on-1. Yeah, that's why doing it methodically is very important, and choosing opponents is also very important. You know, it's if you go and meet someone way stronger than you from the beginning, you're not going to be able to build up your record, and it's just going to kill your motivation. But just remember that Merab, even in the UFC itself, had 2 losses in a row, and he was at the risk to be kicked out from UFC. But then something changed. So don't give up. If you're really gonna want to fight again, prepare yourself. Really build yourself up to the point where study your opponent, who you're gonna fight with, and try to create a game plan. You can get a decent level of boxing with 2 years, good enough for confidence and to defend yourself on street if needed. No need for everyone to be a world champion. I absolutely agree. Code all night. As said, yeah, that's a very good point. I'm a good martial artist, but I'm scared of loss fight in street. Guys, avoid fights in the street. Street fight is none of the martial arts gonna help you against a gun or a knife. So just avoid it. It's good to be able to just learn how to protect yourself so people cannot mess with you. But don't engage in those fights. Are you a champion? Well, I was in the 2017. I was in the junior national team because I won the Georgian national. So yes, I'm Georgian champion in 57 kg, 2017. And then we were doing some training camps and stuff. But at that time, as I said, was not all set up. It was hard to get experience. It was hard to get experience in boxing, and they were not taking us that much. Now there is in this years now there is separate female team, so I think there are way more opportunities, which is good. That's another reason why I'm willing to try to get back to it now, to see how it goes. Can you help me to get confident? Work on yourself. Build your confidence through the things you can, like getting fit, get a good job, or get some other ways how to get financially independent and stable. Work on the conversational skills. Work on your charisma. Adjust some appearance. You know, no one looks perfect. None of us are like ideal looking, but there are certain things, certain adjustments that can help you to look better. You know, the shape of the beard, shape of the haircut, and etc. And then everything else goes inwardly. Really work on yourself. Be self-conscious, self-aware, and try to have an inner conversations with your own self. Also surround yourself with people like that. So surround yourself with the confident people, but at the same time, people who are not looking at you from above. I was also thinking into getting MMA, maybe get into some of combat sports first. Try it and try yourself. You never know until you try. This can be a deep question. Where do you get your fighter spirit from? For me, my brother would try to bully me as a kid. He was older, only so much I could do at all time. As for now, all is good. Well, good for you. Unfortunately, that happens with siblings. I'm the oldest sibling in my family, and I think, well, my sister was bullying me too, so we also had like this fights and stuff. But now we're very good together, very good with each other. The fighting spirit, I think it's just, it depends. Some people use their anger and willingness to prove the world that they've been wrong. They use that as the motivation. So just, but whatever feelings you have, whatever you feel inside, just put it outwardly and put it through the training. And then you will see where you end up. For me, it's more about getting inner peace. I just feel accomplished. I already feel that I'm good, and it's a part of my journey. I would never do fighting now for just because that's the only thing that I can do or I want to do. It's just more plan of the longer term. Like for example, I would want to prove that what I'm teaching, what I'm showing you guys, actually I can use at the ring and I can make it work. And I learn how to make it work. And I have that period when I do that. And we'll see how it goes. If it goes very well, maybe I keep going with it longer than I'm planning. But if not, I'm gonna keep growing the community, YouTube, having conversations, trying to meet people and get interviews, just to bring up this awareness when it comes to just the active and healthy lifestyle through boxing and combat sports and sprinting and many other sports, and then how it affects your mentality in the daily life. This is what I would want to do long term, to have the great community, to have a family, to be able to raise my kids, to raise our kids in that environment that they see that from the very beginning. I came from the background that when that was something unfamiliar for me. Like I would never learn that from my past and my childhood. To the point I got at this moment, I had to do a lot of things, mainly learn English, do my work, build my personal trainings, and meet my husband and do things together to get to the point and understanding that it's all about the healthy, good community, strong people around you, and creating a win-win situation. I don't think average viewers care about your mental health. Is it the sacrifice or all calculation? I mean, when it comes to the amateur viewers, as much as you should love and respect your fans, but like some of their opinions are not valid at all. And when I'm talking about the health and trying to balance it, that's what fighters do. They try to spar heavily less, or they don't spar heavily at all anymore. And there's things they do to keep themselves healthy, as healthy as possible. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going down. Where I've got third lung, possibly. Hi Juan. I never trained MMA as such, but I trained boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, and Jiu-Jitsu for a few months. And then I tried boxing on my own for a while. Currently, I'm just an enthusiastic observer. No, it's great, and I remember your analysis and your points of views, and they're very interesting, and very nuanced all the time. So when you train all of those fields and you have experience firsthand how it feels and what it looks like, you definitely start seeing others fighting and others training. You start seeing those details and nuances. So you would be in the flyweight division. Yeah, I would be in the flyweight division. Yeah, in the boxing there is a flyweight division as well. Eric, I love your country and all the food and wine. Well, definitely. Thank you very much for that. Where are you from? From Georgia. Maybe. So basically, you don't think about life after fighting beyond your prime and the damage that lasts beyond your prime. Well, some fighters don't think, but some do. Then that makes a difference. More aggressive one has more stamina. Well, not always. There are some aggressors who are specifically aggressive for the reason that they don't really have a good stamina and they just want to finish the fight quickly. And sometimes they don't manage it, and then it ends bad for them. You think 18-year-old can start MMA and reach UFC? Well, John Jones was quite young when he started with no background, and he became one of the best ones in the world. So possibly there is a possibility, but it's also exceptional example. Though 18 years old, if you really want to become a fighter and commit the years and become a solid fighter, I think that's quite possible. Where are you from? I'm from Georgia. Awareness is nice, your 20s, but what about life beyond? Taking fights that affect you physically and emotionally. Well, as I said, that's why not everyone is doing fighting, but the ones who do, who understand the risks and commit to it, even them, by the new protocols, training protocols, they try to minimize the risks of the long-term issues and the long-term health degradation. I thought you were from English country. Wow, maybe you were from Bears. No, I'm from Georgia, and yeah, that English is my third language. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going down. It's quite a lot of. Okay, I got to the top again. I wish you would address the fight is brutal living. Mike Tyson is a joke, and he was a world champion. The worst part, he's actually still making money. Well, I mean, you might disagree with things that Mike Tyson does, even just accepting the Jake Paul fight and stuff like that. But like, let's give people the credit for things they did. He built the legacy. His boxing style is one of the most phenomenal styles. I'm happy to see him healthy at 60 years old. He actually, that might not be the ideal lifestyle, but he is quite healthy for his age, and he seems to be more or less at the good place at his life. So let's just leave the guy alone. And for me, because Mike Tyson is my favorite fighter, I'm just glad to see him the way he is at this moment, even though I hated the fight between him and Paul. I stopped MMA fast last year with a clean record of no losses, but quit it because it was amateur and didn't and it doesn't pay. I made the decision, but I'm always tempted to go back. What should I do? Well, always be ready. Keep training, okay? Don't give up on training and evolve. You don't have to train like a training camp style. You actually can make a routine and the lifestyle out of it, and just try to keep yourself in a decent shape and do a lot of cleansing, like carving and polishing work when it comes to the technique, when it comes to your weaknesses. Build a little bit more strength. There is never an extra strength, and become more explosive, even if you're just gonna train for yourself for some time. because if you decide to go back to it, you'll be ready. And I think that's a good attitude. Always be ready. I like Mike. I think he's a victim. Yeah, like he's a victim of many circumstances. It's also on him too. Don't get me wrong. People, we need to learn how to get accountability for our own mistakes and miscalculations. But definitely, like up until he had Castamaro and his fatherly figure, basically he was doing well. But then when he passed away at the very vulnerable age for Mike, I think he was quite young, and then it was that was harder. Money or legacy? Why do you fight? I don't fight right now at all. I'm just aiming for fighting in the boxing. But as I said, money. I will ask to that. I will respond to that question: money or legacy? Legacy. I think it's just good to make just enough money to obviously have a good lifestyle, be able to travel freely, do some charity, be able to feed your family, and just have a good life. Have money for opportunity. Yeah, it's back to the life. So, like, if we're talking about millions and millions and millions and like billion, up to $1 billion and stuff, I mean, it's way too much money. So, legacy. Hey, great answer on the Tyson question. Thank you. I'm learning Russian now because Soviet boxing style is my favorite style. Russian is difficult language to learn. Yes, it is. I'm fluent with Russian, but because my family spoke both Georgian and Russian, and yeah, it is true. It is hard language. I don't think I even know grammar. I just know Russian, just knowing it. What kind of mouse guard do you suggest for braces? Have you fought with them? You can use a regular one. Maybe we'll do a little bit larger one, so you can adjust. You can cut sides if you need, and you have enough space. And then you always put it in the hot water for around 10 to 30 seconds, depends on the material. Once it's soft, you put it in the mouth, adjust it to your teeth so it perfectly fits your mouth, and that's it. Just remember, all your fans today, don't give a fuck about you. After you get hurt, which you will, it will be too late and the machine continues. And yeah, if you're talking about like purely fighting aspects and stuff, well, I'm not sure I'm gonna have fans in fighting at all. Maybe some followers and like, but again, it's I'm not. I'm for technical I'm for technical fighting. Also, female fighting is slightly different. Yes, there are some heavy punchers there too, but it's still different. I never heard a brain damage after a boxing match in females. It's way more common in male boxing. But I agree. I mean, yes, we need to understand that the real people are the ones. It's our family. It is our close, good, well-tested friends, and it's the community we create around that really cares for us. They might like us. They might look up to us. I'm just saying, using us as just abstract meaning. But yeah. They don't understand what work is put there. And yes, a lot of fans tend to turn their backs on the people, just certain things that don't align with them. And I think it's unfair, honestly. Tyson's famous, so is Paul, and he accepted the latter, knowing that it was just spectacle. It's fair to organize sensationalist matches to make money. It's not professional after all. Yeah, I mean, it's just not professional. Okay, Mike Tyson's retired. He's 60 years old. Okay, he just wants a paycheck. And what he showed us that he moves great at 60 years old still. His pad work is great, his preparational videos were great, and even his presence on stage, a couple times he almost lost himself, like literally. His glove, he actually was holding himself back, you know? And there were a couple moments in the movement too that like he went to way more explosive, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, that's not the plan. So he did well, you know, for a 60-year-old retired, one of the best boxers in the world, he still got it. What about Jake? Jake is a clown. Sorry, not sorry. If he would start doing like real fights and trying to build up the real record from tomorrow, I would say, okay, let's look at it. Let's give it a try, and I would respect that way more. But the way he's doing is not really. That's a little bit of shame for boxing world too. There was a question: how do you do discipline? Consistency, trying to establish little habits in a daily life and just do that consistently. That helps you to build the discipline. Are you good at studies? Did you have financial needs, forced to do job, or you don't like or compromise? No, I do something that I really love. I build it the way and set up it the way that I'm very happy what I'm doing. I'm talking about personal training and coaching people online mostly, but I do offline as well if there is someone at the area who wants to work with me and if the schedule allows me. So no, I'm if the question was towards me, what I do, I don't do the job I hate. Most fighters in MMA had the knee and shoulder injuries. That's the boxers to get the same injuries. Yeah, pretty much the same injuries. Joints are the ones that suffer the most. Very common is elbow injury. Sometimes neck. Nothing extreme, but it can be some hernia, some protrusion, some lower back injuries. And knees, I think boxing itself, knees are way more safe than in the kickboxing when they're literally, or Muay Thai where it's literally you're putting an impact through, and like you can definitely feel your knees at that point. But in boxing, it's still you can get in those kind of injuries, like knee injuries, through a lot of unnecessary distance running. I mentioned before, I think that distance running is unnecessary for martial arts and boxing. There are other better ways how to do cardio. There are interval cardio, there's sprint cardio, interval sprints. There are all the footwork cardio, boxing bag cardio, pad cardio, sparring cardio. So you would want to build up your cardio more in those patterns. We also used to run like miles and miles, and that just unless you want to be a long distance runner and that is your goal and you're ready to pay that price, which is the knee injuries. All marathon runners and ultra marathon runners I know have knee injuries. I don't know a single person who don't have anything in their knees. So yeah, my knees are good so far because I'm trying to avoid that. Thank you guys. Where are you from? I'm from Georgia. I'm in Vietnam, in Nha Trang. Okay, I do like your profession of fighting this up. I care about people. I do understand people. Sport is dirty profession. Fighting is the worst police response out of it. Yeah, I mean, I cannot disagree with you, and it's good that you care for people. It's very sweet of you. And I guess here we leave the freedom of choice for people, and there are a handful of people who really decide to pursue long-term elite fighting careers. And all we can give them is respect for their bravery and their commitment and understanding the risks of the sport. But I agree, yeah, sport can be dirty, sport can be hurtful, sport can be unhealthy. But we're talking about professional level. If we take many sports as like for the amateur level and amateur people, that can be a good skill set builder. I'm Georgian, I'm not Russian specifically. Of course, Tyson is a beast. Even at 60 years old, he would have knocked out Jake Paul if it was serious match, but it wasn't. Some people saying Paul's ruining the sport, but he's not a pro. Like, yeah, I mean, but it's like, even though he's not a pro, and it's just for hype, but he's getting more and more fans within the younger boys, specifically that I noticed. That like call him the best boxer now, and you're like, oh shit, no, that's not how it should be. Professional fighting is good. Do you have Ilya or Charles to win? Well, Ilya already won. How did you find out you liked fighting? How did you start and thought you can make a living out of this? And who is your coach or who taught you boxing? Okay, that's a good question. I just wanted to be stronger. How to say that? I'm the oldest oldest sibling in my family, and I have no brothers, only sisters. So I kind of got into more of the protective role, and I wanted to be strong. I wanted to be capable of doing things and capable of protecting myself if it's needed. That was my motivation at the time, and I started doing karate. Then I moved to boxing, and then I just started getting interested in mixed martial arts in general. But I still stayed on boxing mostly, and last year I've been doing sprinting as well. That contributed a lot in my boxing. I'm gonna have separate video or stream for that how sprinting is affecting boxing and what is my experience with it. But throughout these times, when I quit amateur boxing and I quit my coaches there, it was more like those coaches, I mean, they didn't give us individually that much attention. There were certain people that were giving all the attention, and it's hard, you know, sometimes you need like a full-time coach if you really want to achieve some things, or you have to be your own full-time coach. But that also comes with experience, and that's after the years I kind of got that experience a little bit. So I self-navigate myself way better even without the coach. Though there's one person that really, like my friend from back in Georgian, he's a very interesting person, ex-military, like a very good personal coach, and he's CrossFit level 1 or level 2 at the current moment. And also he's been doing a lot of stuff, including boxing. And once he stole my style, and he just showed me completely different ways actually how to do power punch, he taught me how to use the shoulder as the shield, you know, not just throw punch like this, but like adjust the way. And I trained with him for a year and a half, something like that. He was helping me. I wasn't planning to go back to boxing specifically, but I was eager to improve my boxing and make it better. So essentially, then I started experimenting myself, and it was on and off. Then I focused mostly on sprinting. I didn't do boxing in the maybe few months in that period. But when I tried to do boxing, when I tried to just bounce and do some footwork for 3 rounds, like 9 minutes total, it worked. I was like, wow. It's like I haven't trained it, but because of the sprint training and my my stronger Achilles tendons and my calves just basically being stronger, it helped. And then I switched more to the boxing training. I started training specific aspects that I think I was lacking before, and I started showing and sharing it with you, and now I'm doing it through streaming as well. And yeah, this is where I got it. This is how I got there. Georgia is a great country, thank you. Looks at these fools, laugh at fights like it was their body. They just prove my point that the fact you're expendable. That mentality and get out of the game before you can't. Oh yeah, absolutely. I also agree you should, you shouldn't go way too late. Just retire when you just start losing your peak shape. Better for your legacy, better for your health. Then you can do teaching, you can have gym, you can pass that legacy on youngsters, but yeah, don't go too far. Like another thing, Holly Holm, she's great, but fighting at 43 years old, getting heavily punched in your head, maybe it's not the best idea. But it's her choice and gotta respect it. I'm sorry, Russia invaded you in early 2000s. There are 2 wars. One is the Abkhazia War, 92-93. And 2008 was the Tsinmali, South Ossetia. So yeah, that's the occupied lands by Russia. I saw a clip of Johnny Walker messed up his shoulder and he celebrated victory. Did you saw that? They went in the arena and lost there. Yeah, I remember that clip. But sometimes people's reaction, it's not like laughing at the struggle, it's more about like excitement and like, wow. Yeah, that's true. I saw some highlights of that fight. I didn't see the entire fight, but like even in the highlights, it was quite visible. About like Tommy Fury and Jake Paul. Georgia is a great country. Thank you. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Ever had to use your fighting skills in real life to defend yourself on the street? People are dangerous and need to be taught the hard way sometimes to keep boundaries. Well, for women, it's like just create the distance and run away. It's very simple. If you don't have anything, if you have a gun and pepper spray, use those too. It's good to have a boxing or like fighting skill. That's always going to help, just not only in the fighting perspective, just to navigate it faster and react quicker, but yeah, it's just you don't want to engage. You want to create distance, safe distance, and run away. So as a boxer, if someone would come on me, I would probably just do like 1-2 side step, like they would just fall forward and I would just like run away, create the safe distance. I'm just saying how it probably would happen automatically, but I'm not sure. It's also hard when if someone bigger comes on you and like your reach is shorter and stuff, you kind of have to catch the right moment. And if you can run straight away, run straight away. That's also very, very important. But when it comes to the guys, when it's like someone bullying someone or there is something and there is a bigger guy who can protect others and is professional fighter and basically, yeah, can teach a lesson to someone, I agree, that's a good way. I'm not for violence or anything like that, but people forget sometimes that they're not on the comment section on YouTube or any other platform, and in the real life, people is not gonna take that shit. Is that dude in your sprint videos the guy eating apples and stuff? That's what's his 100 meter personal best. Okay. Let me remember. I think it was 11.1 or 0.1. I'm not sure that there is a difference between 1 and 0.1 seconds, but that was few months ago, almost a year ago. I need to check on him and ask him what is his best time now. How long have you been training? What motivates you? I've been training for quite a long time, for years. But what motivates me is I want to be healthy, fit, live a quality life, and have a strong mentality, because the more I get physically stronger and physically resilient, that definitely affects my emotional state and emotional control in general. And my motivation is to be overall a stoic person. This is what I'm trying to do. It's all good. No worries. I just saw your breakdown, the Ilya knockout. I was really good how you broke it down. Well, when I saw that he just purely did boxing competition, I rewatched it many times from different angles just to make sure to do it as accurate as possible. And yeah, basically that's what I did. It's not like a very hard combo. It was also from the camera angles, it was quite visible what he did. So it was jab to the stomach, then separate jab to the head, and then after that he did the feint. He kind of stepped forward, did the fake jab. Maybe not a fake jab necessarily, but Oliveira definitely he also threw the punch. So it kind of slipped on his shoulder, but it didn't matter because that jab was not long one. It was specifically made for Ilya to kind of meet Charles in the right distance, and then he just already had the right hook ready, and it was right hook and left hook. Right hook did the main job, but left hook just kind of followed it and made sure that he's on the ground. So it was actually quite almost purely boxing combination. Watching from Dagestan, sister. Hello to Dagestan. Strong people. Our neighbors. Are you married? If yes, how did you find love? And no, they are the person, and be sure of it. My husband is literally moderator here in the chat. Maybe his phone died and he's not now that active, but well, let me tell you how we met. We met in Georgia, and our decision to keep seeing each other and then start living together, basically, was very pragmatic. Obviously, we liked each other. We definitely did. But also, more than that, more than general sympathy and attraction, we liked the certain traits that we were looking for within each other. He was looking for the oldest sibling of the dysfunctional family where the father figure is not very strong. And I was looking for someone who, at the stage of their life, they know exactly what they want. It's very important for a man to make their mind up, and to be ready for partnership, for family, for kids, further down the line. and he was at that stage after what he's been through, what he survived. He was still surviving at that point. Then together we did a very great job for both me and him. We both we're better looking now. We are way healthier. We're way calmer, and we are happier because we grew in the relationship together, and we are building a long-term things and long-term legacy together, me and him. But as you can see, it's not only about, like, I didn't even mention love once so far, right? So the way how we feel love is we feel in love more and more over time than it was in the very beginning, because we managed to think pragmatically in the certain things, and we definitely looked through the surface and found a certain traits that would almost guarantee a success in the relationship. Obviously, there was a lot of luck, a lot of things we just, like, there was feelings we didn't let each other go, even if there were the situations where it's like a conflict of the interest, that always happens in the beginning of the relationships. But we managed it with dignity and with cleverness. And yeah, I can tell you, I have the best person by my side who is supporting me, who's encouraging me, who's pushing me to do those things. I would never do streaming if not him. I would never start a YouTube channel if not him. So yeah, that's how we met, and this is how we came here so far. Are you a boxer? Yes. Is your favorite fighter? In UFC, in the new, like, Alex Pereira, GSP, Charles is great. I mean, Georgians like Merab and Ilya, that's absolutely for sure. In the women's division, it's Namajunas, Shevchenko. I think Amanda Nunes is great. Yeah, Kyla is very strong. Like, she is now dominating the division, so I would love to see Amanda Kyla. But yeah, basically there are many fighters I like. John Jones I like too, despite especially his early time legacy. Like, some of his fights you watch, it's like so interesting to watch. It's very entertaining. George Foreman was an exception. He retired from professional boxing for about 10 years, and then he came back and became a champion once again, having more than 40 years old thing. He was a beast. No, George Foreman was, like, he was also genetical beast as well, and in his earlier ages, like, damaging power. Though Ali found a way how to win. Yeah, that's like a golden era. But he also passed away recently, so far as I recall. And yeah, rest in peace, George Foreman. Decent human being. I think he was very humble, even after being quite confident and maybe a little bit arrogant in the earlier years, which is natural when you're kind of getting up that high. But then after Ali's fights, his interviews about that, he just started getting exhausted, and then he learned the lesson, and he just got this picture as a reminder to always stay humble, always never underestimate your opponent. So yeah, George Foreman, definitely one of my favorites, personality-wise as well. I train jiu-jitsu, only works on the mats. I mean, yeah, striking. If you add up striking, that would be good. Which division you fight? Well, I don't fight right now. That will be boxing, and that will be somewhere around flyweight, which is around 50 to 52 kgs. In amateur boxing, that would be 51 kgs. Exactly, the jab was setting up right hook, but the left hook connecting was the final straw. Yeah, I mean, that's how usually boxing works. We're encouraged always to start with a jab, which most of boxers don't. Like elite boxers, sometimes they do like a just they directly throw the right punch if it's a classic stance, obviously, and then jab. But it's always encouraged to finish the combination with the last as the left hook or left jab, or opposite side for the southpaws. I knew a girl from Georgia. Her name was Gvansa. Gvansa is a very Georgian name, so that's you're saying truth. Gamarjoba, Gamarjoba, Gagimarjos. That's how you can say Gamarjoba and Gamarjoba, but in the old school way, it's you say Gamarjoba and I say Gagimarjos, and it literally means the root comes from the word victory. So it's like a victory to you and victory to you as well. Filia Topuri is a very well-rounded fighter, with his strongest side probably being a devastating knockout power, and that plays its role. And he knows perfectly, he's not chaotically just getting there. He knows how to control distance, he knows how to get there. And he has tough chin. Like, what was this? His toughest fight was with Herbert. And actually, it was his, I think, first lightweight attempt. That was his first lightweight fight. And when he got the high kick to his face, and he literally sat on his ass. And then, like, Herbert just relaxed. He kind of like, I don't know what he thought, but he just relaxed. And the moment when he realized that he's still there, he came to him, and it was brilliant. Ilya got to his leg straight away, managed to get into the cage, take him down. Like people forget that he's a wrestler. Okay? People forget that. So he survived the situation, he survived that round, and the next round he just knocks out the guy. This is elite level. It's not only elite level of skill, that's elite level of resilience. Are you married? Yes, I do. I am married. Yes, she just said she's married. Be respectful. Thank you. Thank you. Let's be respectful to each other, okay? I'm more than happy to be respectful to everyone in the conversations, everyone in this chat. But boundaries are boundaries. If someone crosses the line, I'm not going to even engage. I'm just going to hide them from the channel. Ilya Topturovic versus Ilya. I always laugh when people say that Topturo, Apturo, Tripturo. I'm not sure though how he does like it, but well, try to say that to him, to his face. The guy also knows how to fight like outside. Like I saw some couple situations. There was something he was having, like setting up a music box or something. Someone keyed to him and started like beefing. Someone taller, way taller, and Ilya literally just smacked him. And yeah, so that's not the guy you should tease and play with. He's fair weather Jones fan. I said Jones' early career. Prove that I'm wrong. His first at least 10 defenses over the years. Yeah, there were like his fight with Race was extremely strong, and that could be given to Race as well. But you know how it works. If you become the undisputed champion, obviously the organization's gonna push you, gonna protect you. And it doesn't happen only in UFC, that happens everywhere. So if you have a championship fight as an underdog, you also have to understand that you need to really beat the champion, that no one can say anything. Ideally, just submit them or knock them out. What do you think of Ellie Brooke as a female boxer? Actually, I don't know much of her stuff. I don't see much of this stuff, so I will look after Ellie Brooke. Okay. At 155, do you think we could beat Islam? Possibly. I'm saying that fight would be 50-50, and the person who will be the one who pushes their rules of the game. Dagestan versus Georgia, who has better wrestling? I think it's quite like this is the neighboring regions, literally. Like literally, we are like very close with each other, and the Caucasus region has historically they're like old school, historical traditional wrestling styles. There is I think in Georgia called Khridoli, for example. They're just a freestyle wrestling, Georgian wrestling. Like you go in the mountains and they have festivals and literally do that on the sand. I think in Dagestan it's kind of the same. I think maybe Dagestani might have stronger grappling, like on the ground game. But Georgians are very strong at the throws. That's why we're on one of the top elite in judo. And Greco-Roman wrestling as well. So I guess that's my opinion. I can't tell you exactly which is better. What do you think of Kyla Harrison? I think she's a sweetheart and she doesn't deserve that much bullying. And well, people say she's on steroids and stuff, but guys, that's the gray area of the sport. I think most of the people there are not on the steroids 24/7 like bodybuilders, because there is quite a strict doping control comparing to the previous years, but it still allows athletes to do cycling in, cycling out, and it still gives the benefits, right? So let's not speculate on those things. I think she is very talented, very great, but she's an Olympic champion, right? So she's like an athlete and the fighter from the core of her guts, and I respect that. At the same time, she seems like a sweet person. My apologies, Tapuria will only lose against someone with strong grappling game or aggressive, skilled striking. Well, I mean, that's the chance. Obviously, if you want to win over Tapuria, who already also has solid grappling and wrestling and has also solid level of the striking, someone who would be bigger than him and has good distance work when it comes to striking and good groundwork, technically holds the chance to, if not knocking him out or submitting him, maybe winning by points or something like that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's not about trying to take out someone. Sometimes you just don't let them do their plan, so it starts failing and they try to adjust. But if it you just try to fail all their plans on the ring or octagon, and that can give you a point advantage in general. I have a question. Do you, for everyone, do we consider John Jones undefeated? He has controversial fights, as I said, like with race. And later, and like more and more in the later periods, like last few years, I think he's fighting extremely rare, and he's like, really. I think he just he understands he has the legacy. his management understands that he has this legacy, definitely impressive one, but it became more defensive. Floyd Mayweather is a good example in boxing. Like his primary style was like pretty boy. Floyd was a knockout artist, and then he transferred into the money Floyd stage, where he created this defensive style that is like, I mean, it's entertaining to watch for some boxing lovers, but for a lot of people it was like, oh, that's not the same. There's no knockout. It's not interesting. Obviously, I think he had some knockouts in that era too, but mostly it went to the just points, getting the points and outsmarting the opponent in the game. And then essentially, just to round up his to have 50 fights and 0 losses, he fought Conor McGregor, and that was like a money fight. So that those things tend to happen, and we also have to remember those people are also people. They're not robots. That's why I'm all for. I agree that when you peak at a certain age, like for example, if Ilya stays as a champion and keep winning, defending his title, I would not see him moving up even higher. I don't think it's a good idea. High chance they would do that, but like he has to be careful. If he wants to have to be undisputed champion, he needs to be, and probably I'm sure his team are working on the strategy very well. But it's like a lot of factors. Because if you go too far, too long, you're getting older yourself, someone younger comes and that becomes a danger to you. It is better to retire at a certain point when it's just no one can tell you anything anymore. I wanted to get into martial arts and start Greco-Roman wrestling first, before Jiu-Jitsu, but in California they don't have gyms for Greco-Roman. Sambo would be cool too. Well, Sambo, Greco-Roman, both have some similar patterns, and wrestling, Greco-Roman wrestling, freestyle wrestling, Sambo are good. They develop very strong physicality, absolutely. Then BJJ gonna give you more technicality on the ground, and striking for sure. You're gonna need that too. But I think it's possible you can start one type of wrestling or grappling, something there, and you can do striking in the same week. Just separate the days, make a good plan for yourself, and you can just because why focus on only one? If you want to do mixed martial arts, I don't see the point necessarily just doing one for at least 2 months, then going to another one. You can combine this too. Your brain is capable to comprehend that information. Regarding Ali versus Foreman, Ali found the way to defend him by resisting his power punches until he got tired. And then at round 10, I think he suddenly displayed multiple punches to knock him out. Yeah. Well, people underestimate Ali's. Ali was not a one punch man, that's for sure, usually, but his series of the strikes was like creating accumulative effect, and that's why he was able to knock out very heavy boxers like Foreman. And did he knock out Fraser as well on the rematch? I don't remember. Remind me, how was it? But yeah, anyway, so yeah, that was true. That definitely was the thing with Foreman. But also we have to consider back then it was different game, different level boxing. It was beautiful era, but since then it evolved. Now it is way likely that boxers who see that the one strategy doesn't work, their team gonna tell them almost straight away after first or second round that okay, we switch strategy now. We try to do something else because we know how it works. Like Ali Foreman example is a very good one. If you wear out your opponent, and then you just set up them for the loss. anything is possible in UFC. Fight cards, at the end of the day, they're skilled multiplied by their drive that wasn't them to go forward, right? Yes, I like GSP. Yeah, I completely agree. And we gotta give respect to those people. They're the ones who do the work. They're the ones who are committed, and they're the ones who are fighting. So. I think Ilia Topuria is my favorite fighter right now in the UFC because I'm similar size and want to build my style around my height and reach. I am 5'7" with 72-inch reach. Yeah, I guess Ilia became quite a motivational for a lot of shorter fighters and fighters in general. Even for me, I try to build my boxing around my height to be able to get closer, same hooks, and get more put a more damaging impact, and just keep doing it, and then up until the fight ends, or preferably I end the fight. That's what I would want to do. So it's very good. Again, it's very good to learn from the fighters, from the boxers, from the mixed martial artists. Your favorite ones, how to do those things. Just break down their technique, just see how they do it and try to train it yourself. Okay, I'm gonna go down because there's a little bit quite a lot of comments. John Jones at light heavyweight was GOAT, but at heavyweight also good, but not that much fight he avoided and not taking risks. Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. Okay, keep going down. I'm glad that, guys, you are having discussions too. Damn, you remind me of the crush I used to have on Bella Thorne back in the day. I don't know who's that. Hi to Baku, Azerbaijan. Okay, we're down. I'm down on the top again. Yeah. I mean, we're open for discussions here. Jones is old and has countless title defenses. Why would he fight a young, dangerous opponent? I agree. That's probably what he feels, but that's the problem. I think that he had to retire sooner. Like all this hype, stretching it out. Jones posting that in the 24/7, in the 24 hours, I'll announce this and that. Like all that bullshit definitely did not play in his favor. I think that every fighter is free to retire whenever they want to. And the best time is, I guess my phone is going to die soon, so we're going to hold there for a little bit longer. But yeah, anyways, just saying that it's there is a right time. There is also the best time when to retire. There's like an average timing for it. Mayweather McGregor was interesting to me despite being a spectacle. Conor was dirty to Floyd. The Maidana, so Floyd waited until Conor got tired. In round 8, he punched him with all he got. But that's the thing. It was like a weird fight, obviously, right? It's like it's like it used to be before when they would put like in Ultimate Fighter championships. They would put the style against the style in the different rules and this and that. So this is more how it felt, but it was a real fight. I think it was a real fight. Conor tried to do his thing, Mayweather tried to do his thing, and essentially, logically, Mayweather won. if the same happens to Paul and Tyson, I bet Tyson would win. He's 60 years old, I know, but I think he would win. Who is your favorite fighter on top 5 GOAT in UFC? Okay, just favorite ones. I said before, Pereira, GSP, both Merab and Topuria. And let's give to... I'll put one female fighter. I'll put Valentina Shevchenko. So many discussions, guys. Why do you stream more on YouTube instead of Twitch? Because Twitch has better moderation, civilized compared to YouTube Live. I was here 1 hour ago and it was a mess, but you're pretty good with handling that situation. Yeah, I tried Twitch, but growing Twitch, I already had the YouTube. And when we tried YouTube, the numbers now, the timing is very good. Like if I stop doing it, that doesn't really make sense because it just pushes and pushes my content, my streaming content, and I'm getting views and my channel is growing. I'm gonna look into multi-streaming option too, but when it comes to the comments and stuff, guys, I don't really care about negative stuff. I don't really take that personally. I really taught myself throughout the years how to detach from these things. And I really try to, usually I moderate things sometimes when it goes too far. My husband moderates and another guy on YouTube also helps me with the moderation sometimes. And sometimes also you can, if you are willing to try to moderate yourself, I can put you as a moderator and you can do that as well yourself. But in general, I just pick up the valid questions and comments, and I'm trying to have the conversations. I'm not even reading things that don't make sense out loud. Not even stopping that, I skip that straight away. But thank you. I'm trying to handle it, but it's actually not that hard. If you don't really take it personal, it's not that hard at all. Okay. Forward pressure is only for UFC. Boxing, you have to be able to stay moving back, forwards, side to side. That's why Conor Power was not the same in the fight either. Floyd. Yes, though in UFC, in a mixed martial arts, you also have to control distance. You have to be careful, but I think it's more because of there's like so many other potential kicks and punches coming, right? So the distance to control is different in MMA. In boxing, I agree completely. It's literally, the footwork is very advanced. It's very diverse. I think that what most people who don't know how to fight underestimate most about striking or fighting is footwork, in my opinion. Would you agree? I do agree. I do agree, that's for sure. Okay. How long have you been interested in fighting, I guess? I mean, quite a long time. Trying to train, trying to watch stuff, and trying to have a conversation with you guys. And I'm also always happy to learn something new myself from you. That's another reason why I'm streaming lately quite a lot. Again, like calling him a ducking and again, it's mean, it's disrespectful. None of those people would be able to do what Jones did. Though we have to admit, he's at the age, then he's kind of, I think he'd rather stay in Thailand and enjoy coconut like I do in Vietnam than like really continue fighting. And for whatever reasons, he was just holding undisputed heavyweight title for very long. And here is this interim, and when you have interim heavyweight, that fight has to happen. And what happened? Jones retired. Most likely he doesn't want to fight Aspinall, but I would understand that. Aspinall's younger, he's bigger, he's very talented, very great fighter, has a strong mentality, and he's hungry. Unlike Jones, right now, he's hungry. So in that case, I would probably also avoid him. But calling him a duck and, destroy all, like kind of diminish all his legacy that he did previously, that's way too much. I disagree with that. Can you wrestle? Not professionally, but I have a good frame for wrestling. I tried it and it worked well for me. There was an Argentinian boxer named Oscar Bonavena. He was tough. He fought Ali and Frazier and almost defeated the latter. Ali knocked him out, but Bonavena fought him hard, enduring till round 10. I think I remember. I was watching the documentaries about Ali, and this is where they mentioned Oscar Bonavena. I don't think I've seen the fight, but I've seen some highlights in that documentary from the fight. And yeah, definitely that's what being taught. Same description as you were saying. It's that he was very, very determined, good warrior. Okay, we're going all the way down again. I'm just scrolling down through the questions. People don't understand nowadays. People cannot do critical thinking, but that's what we should bring back. Let's just do. Let's bring nuanced and critical thinking back. But okay, guys, I think my phone's gonna die fairly soon, and well, it's been good timing. It's been quite a good time now here. So, when is your next stream? Now, because algorithm is pushing well, and I'm gonna take advantage of it as much as I can. Try to grow my channel, try to have those conversations, bring some value, learn something myself. There are many reasons why it makes sense for me to do it. I'm planning to do it almost daily. I'll try my best to do it daily. So right here, after now, I'll think about the topic of the next live stream. Maybe make it more interesting, more action, so I can show you some stuff and also have conversation. I'll announce it. I'll think about it. I'll announce it, and you will be able to see on my YouTube channel. Sister, ignore bad comments. They're out of their mind. Ignore them. Thank you. I already do that. I hope you have a good day. You have a good day as well. Thank you for the responses. Keep doing what you're doing. Hope your channel does well. Have a good day. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All the best. All the best to you guys. But you missed many of my messages, but I can understand. I'm so sorry for that. It was just quite many messages, and I hope I will be able to respond next time. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to respond last one again. I have around 5 amateur fights for like 7 years ago, but I cannot really look for those fights anymore. I didn't find them on YouTube. I'm looking forward to build my new record, and yeah, I'm going to show that journey and that arc on my YouTube. Absolutely, I will share that with you guys. But for now, thank you, Juan. Have a nice day. Diana, I like your content very much. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you. All your messages, all your questions are appreciated. And God bless you too. Have a good day.